Top of the morning, everyone. This is Nate with another Backcountry beer review. Today, we're at a spot that's known by a few names, one of them being Buckman Mesa, another one, La Mesita, and the one that's most appropriate for today's video, Otoe Peak. This is actually a fairly secluded spot, especially given that it's basically halfway between Los Alamos and Santa Fe. And it's really amazing views in all directions. The peak itself is not very high. In fact, it's about half the height of the nearby Sangre de Cristo Mountains. But we get particularly stunning views into the canyon that's cut by the Rio Grande, just by the town of White Rock, New Mexico. Well, if you haven't figured out yet, this is a St. Patrick's Day themed episode, and you'll have to forgive me. I do not really own any green hiking shirts, so instead I'm wearing my Irish flat cap made with 100% Donegal tweed. I actually bought it in Ireland, so hopefully that's good enough. To stay in theme, the beer I'm reviewing today is an Irish Red Ale by Door Brewing Co in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm not very familiar with Red Door. I think the last time I had some of their beer was at like Albuquerque Summerfest in 2015, which would have been not long after they opened, and I think it was just some tasters. Cheers, everyone. Time for a sip. So right off the bat, I'm getting just malt forward. It is an Irish Red Ale. I'm not expecting to pick up a lot of hop flavor. It is really just malt forward. I'm getting caramel, molasses, actually a slight smokiness, which these are, as far as I know, these are definitely not smoked malts, but the flavor does come across as kind of like smoky. One of the downsides that I've been noticing with this beer is that it is really overcarbonated. You saw when I opened it, it just burst. A lot of times, you know, some behind the scenes knowledge, a lot of times on Backcountry beer reviews, I will shake up the can a little bit to give it a nice dramatic can open. But this was all natural. It really has a lot of carbonation in it. And what that's giving is, if I drink it out of the can, it's really giving me like yeasty notes, pepperiness, just something that hits your sinuses because of the carbonation. And it's actually not that enjoyable. That's why I brought this mug here. Well, and it's sort of in theme, you know, it's a Guinness mug. And I brought it because I wanted to try to eliminate that carbonation, but you know, even you saw when I poured the beer, that was not much and it really foamed up a lot. So I don't know if that's on Red Door, if it's live beer in the can. You know, packaging is very important. It needs to be refrigerated, and I did buy this in the unrefrigerated section, so I'm not going to put that on the brewery. Could be just some miscommunication, something lost in translation. I'd love to try this beer at the tap room to see if the overcarbonation is a problem. But I will say, if you pick this beer up, pouring it in a glass just helps. Drinking out of the can really was not that enjoyable. But drinking out of the glass or mug, it's actually really nice. Like I said, malty, rich. The finish, as usual, is you get that bitterness that lingers. I'd say it reminds me a lot of like a rye cracker, like in Chex Mix. Just that like baked, malty but bitter quality that's pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty solid beer. Cheers, everyone. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and have a backcountry beer for me.